is basically to present most of the basic features of the simSIPp or the simple SIP solution. The solution is basically divided into two main big components. The first one is the web interface, which we already are seeing now, and the second one is basically the APIs. So basically, whatever you can do on the web interface, you can also do the same with APIs. So this solution can be run in both CI/CD and in like a manual work or manual test trials and so on. So if you are going, as you may know, the old or the legacy SIP auto framework, in my own opinion, it's basically not scalable. It has too many issues. Code generation, the different, the generation of files, which in some test cases it works, in others it doesn't. Some tests that are basically using SIP, others are working with SIPp, and as I basically understand that we need to migrate all our work into at least one test framework, as basically SIP has some limitations that we cannot do some controls of questions that we already have. Also, as you may know, the code itself doesn't follow the best coding practices, not even the test automation framework practices. So basically what I'm trying to present here is a proposal to replace the current SIP tool with the simSIP tool, which is basically work as a server. It's built in Django, SQLite, and other stuff in order to be able to achieve what you will see now. Basically, this, as you may know, in any test automation or any testing activity that you are going to do, you have to have like some kind of test management, and where you split your test cases, where you split like your features or flows into like test plans, test cases, and so on. So I have already created this tab, which is called test management, in order to be able to define all the dependencies I basically need in order to be able to achieve like full functional or successful test execution using SIPp. So basically I have actors, I basically have plans, I have some features, and basically scenarios, which evaluates to the XML scenarios or like what you might call a test case for a single a single SIPp flow. What we basically would do is this is like the solution with an empty database. So basically what I'm going to do is now is fill with some data and run a sample test case in order to view its functionalities, and with each feature with each action I would do, you will basically know what is the plan or how we can use the system. So basically, if we are going to like define the actors, it's like what we have in our UML diagrams. It's like Alice and Bob. So basically, I'm going to define now, for example, Alice. And basically till now I didn't have any Comilo or any other integration with Asterisk and so on. Whatever the solution is, this is only on the SIPp part. The part of integration will be on another story or another scope, I guess. And basically this actor has to be either USC or UAS, and the port is basically to UDP, and the protocol UDP, and the port is 5060, and you know, the rest of data would be basically of not of much importance until at least for now, except for how many calls or how many calls per second. Okay, if I press an actor now, as you can see, it will present that an actor has been added. If I go here, I will see the first one, which is basically Alice. And of course, in any call I would make, I would need at least two parties, so I would basically need Bob to be added also. I guess it will have to like use another board. Let's say it will take 5062 for example. Okay, and I guess we will leave everything as is. So basically, when I press OK, you will have like Alice and Bob. After this, after this declaration, I will basically switch up to the test plan, which is like in our documentation. It will be evaluating to what we have like call families. If you go back to the documentation, for example, basic calls have like a different code for different code families. We basically will need to like create the rated brand for it. Let's say for now it's a basic call, BASIC underscore call. Okay, and with this description, I can add anything for now, which this is only for demo purposes, and basically we now have added the plan. Okay, after we add the plan, we have another option which is called feature. In any feature, I will basically have like multiple plans here, and because I only declared one, so I will use this one, and I will say whatever like sib demo. Okay, and if I go here, I will add any description. I would basically say, as you see, it has already added this one. So now I have, sorry, it has added this one. I have now plans, I have actors, I have plans, I have features. Now I need to define my scenario. By default, because I only define like one actor, like an like one actor and else and Bob, but unfortunately till now we don't have any XML files. This is where inventory part comes in. Basically, in any SIPP scenario, you will eventually need something to to have a way to declare your XML flows. So basically, you have multiple ways to do this. Let's go for the first one, which is basically the XML design. In this ban, of course, you know this. You are either a USC or US in order to start your work. So if you press USC and you basically start, it will incrementally send all the actions that you will need to do. For example, send and write, send with SB or whatever the flow is. You will eventually start adding these tags as what is basically needed. Send then eventually with let's say you are satisfied with this XML structure. So basically all you have to do is like save it and you press save. Eventually it will say it has saved your XML file, for example, and then you said exit. If you go here, you will find that the XML file you have already created is basically saved here, and eventually you can, in the scenario part, you can basically select it from here, depending on the use case that you are going to do. And for now, as we already don't need this, we will delete it for now. Okay. Let's say we don't want to design our XML. So basically, what I would go for is go for the documentation in order doc, okay, in order to be able to like know what we need to do, for example, and what will how the flow will go. So basically, I will go to get lab. I will go to get lab here, and when I go, I will basically go to Yuka and go to the documentation. As you may know, we have like UML diagrams. Basically, these diagrams are like define what we expect from the SIP code flow, and accordingly, why we don't use these these diagrams in order to like have a baseline or a code generation for what we have. Let's say we have this example, like this BUML diagram. I will just copy it, okay, and then go to the other one, which is called the BUML converter, and I will just paste this one here. And let's say keep it empty for now. This is like an optional one. Let's say I will convert and save. As you may have seen, it has automatically divided in the flow into like two main parts, like UAC and and UAS, and of course you can download the XML files. As you can see, this is your XML file that have all like the definitions that might arise, and you have like you can have the visibility to edit what you need inside this flow in order to check if it works or not. You can modify it and you can also delete it. Okay, just for now, I don't it's still under testing. It's still like an experimental feature. Don't rely on it too much because at least there is, I have to parse this in some kind of way that will provide like a reliable XML. Till now, I don't find there is a pattern because the way the UML is being written is not basically standardized. So some cases you will find like a color and a collie. Some cases you will have find Alice. So it's like hard for me to be able to do it unless all this UML are inconsistent in some way. Still don't know how this will be done, but at least it's like you can consider it like an experimental feature, and we can like work on it later. Okay. This is like the second part. As you see, this is like the first part we already have. This is the second part. Let's say you have another way that we have in another base you have already created your XML files, and I don't want to like design or generate it. I have another solution which is basically to upload it. I have already prepared like these are samples. I just click upload. Okay, and let's upload another one which we will use for test. I don't remember which one I already uploaded. UAC, let's upload the UAS. Okay, let's say it will upload. Okay, as you see, we have both XML scenarios. Now let's go for test management scenarios. As you can see, UAC has been already loaded, UAS has been already loaded. All I have to do is like call this like any my basic call, for example, my basic call. Yes, yes. Okay, and let's save it. It has already been saved. Let's go now for inventory and go for scenarios. You will find basically the scenarios that we have just already defined. As you can see, you have like a run option, you have an edit option, where it should like redirect you to maybe it's a bug. I might need to like edit. The edit should redirect you to the same page that you have already defined the scenario, and you will edit it. I will try to configure it, and you have the option to delete it, and you have the option to view execution. Let's wait for this, and let's for now like try to run. And if you see, it will say the scenario has done. If you go to view execution, you will basically see that there is like there has been like a start running process, and if you click here, you will see that the process has already started. As you can see, this is like one CP on one of the two actors. I don't remember which one is it, but basically you will have it. You have the option to like kill and the graceful kill it. Okay, and you have the option to check output, and you can kill it from here. As you can see, this is like how the solution has been done. These are some statistics that have already started. If you go back to the scenario board, you can see something called the result history. On the result history board, you can download what happened in order to see what basically was wrong on your side. And as you can see, when I downloaded it, it will be like a zip file. In this zip file, you will have like something called summary, in which calls what scenarios, and basically it started only Alice, so I have to know. Basically, there is like an issue in the both. I've already started, but basically this is the file and run, and this is the call flow, the messages that have been already generated. This is the logs that have been started, like the sub messages and whatever that you have already started. I basically, this is like the basic SIP results that you can get. Any data that you can get from simSIPp, I've already like this is like the CSEC and White and so on. All what you expect, you will find it here. And this is like the std out, which we have already seen when we started the call flow. As you can see, it's here. So basically you have all type of data that you need, and you can even generate a report for what have been already what have been already run. This is a combined flow, and this is like the actors that have been already already started. Okay. This is like a whole demo or code flow. The same actions that you have already seen can also be like controlled or triggered from APIs. If there's something missing, just let me know and I will update it. That's it on my side. Please let me know what you think of this. And if it's okay, we can start like integrating it inside our work. That's it. Thank you.